Welcome everyone to the final week of ETF2L Autumn 2023 season, or the regular season, I should say. It's 4th Fence versus Garda Panteri. We have 3 matches on tonight, and there's going to be a lot of drama to see who gets into playoffs. But we've got Antimation on production, and with the spreadsheet and everything, we've got Ben. How are you doing, Ben?
Very good. It's been a long week for me with the spreadsheet and everything. I was like, you know what? I'll try and work out who needs what and everything coming into last week, and it turned out to be a multiple hour long job. And if anyone's seen the big thesis about it, it's chaotic. But we're taking the 4th Fence game as they play against Garda. 4th Fence are currently just about sitting in those playoff spots, but coming in second place from last season have maybe fallen a little bit lower than they were hoping for. Their playoff position is currently not certified. They have to get at least 4 points this time. If not, they're at the will of the other results, which, as we know this season, could be anything but predictable.
Yep, absolutely. You can't take anything for granted. Even when a top team meets the bottom team, you can still expect them to take points off of them. 3.5 stars is the bottom team of this season. That's the only fact we can present to you so far. And that is just crazy to me that good of a team can do that. We're currently looking at Garda. All of these stats should be up to date. So this is their stats for the season. You can see it's a pretty balanced team overall. Like, you've got Bud with the Roma stats. That's about all I can say just looking at this. Pretty good DPM out of their demo, Shappy, but nothing too eye-popping out of anyone here. Yalin, Manix, Mankey, Bud, Shappy, Theos, just pretty strong team that really gotten after it in as the season has rolled along.
Yeah, they had a struggle. They had a bit of a struggle at the start of the season. Like, they sort of dropped away at the bottom, and they were level with 3.5 stars for those bottom spots. But in the last couple of weeks, they've really just gone a bit of a late tear. And yeah, they are still within a chance of making it into playoffs. They're not quite as easygoing as 4th Fence. They are, regardless of what happens in this game tonight, they are going to have to rely on the results, even if they get a 6-0. But yeah, we'll get the league table up now. I'll keep it quick. There's so TLR and Mandem, they're both in playoffs. TLR have played their last week's game. Mandem still have to play. I think it's maybe there's a chance of other teams coming up and jumping into second. But the important part is third through 8th, I guess, because Havoc have still got to play as well. But any of those 5 teams can make playoffs. There's a world in which any of them can happen. There can be ties, tiebreakers, all sorts. It's really just chaos currently.
I actually think this is not fully up to date. I think if our producer fetches new stats again, they just updated the scoreboard. You can probably see it because Havoc actually moved up.
15, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that doesn't show up on this is how many matches they played overall, or like how many maps they played overall. And Havoc, 3.5 stars and TLR, they have both played all their matches. They played 14 maps, which is all they're going to get in the regular season. Everyone else has played 12. So that's kind of where we're at the moment, but it is super close.
Yeah, so we see from this, 4th Fence currently, like, you look at this, you think, oh, they're fine, they're sat in 4th place, but they still need results today. And like, if they don't get that all-important 4 points today, if say they drop the first map or something goes wrong, they're at the mercy of other results. And we've got on the mainstream, we've got Havoc against the Germans, and both of those teams are in playoff contention, and they could spoil the party, as well as obviously Varmkov, who've surged back in late as well, and they've made a bit of a run to try and get into playoffs. They're playing Mandem. If they throw an upset in the mix, that breaks things for everyone as well. Like, I don't know. It feels like this isn't something that happens very often in TFT. We've just got this utter just carnage of a last week.
Yeah, it is parity at its most even that I've ever seen. Like, the bottom team is good. The top team is surprising to a lot of people. And it's just, it's very difficult to get really clean results out of it. Varmkov famously was they won week 1 because they were the only team to actually win 2 maps. And it was wait, the Div 1 champions came up and immediately got a win. Usually you have to struggle a bit, but they just immediately came in and was the best team in Europe, and then they, rattled down a little bit as they actually started to bleed some points to everyone else. But they've been doing pretty well, and they are still in playoff contention. So
even at the top as well, like TLR, right? They had a decent run towards the end of last season and were just about shy of going into the playoffs, but they weren't really anything to write home about last season. but now currently sitting pretty at the top of the table, having a bit of a resurgence. Obviously, Mandem up there as well, back from last season. But obviously, we're looking at Forfence and Garda in particular today, and this is actually I guess slightly a grudge match because these two teams played in playoffs last season in that lower bracket game when Forfence went on that bit of a lower bracket run, making it through to the final where they were ultimately defeated by Witness. So this was Garda sneaking into fourth place, getting into the playoffs, but they really had had it handed to them by Forfence, who I think came away pretty cleanly in that one.
Yeah, like Forfence, they should be poised to have a potential winning season here. If you just look at the past result from last season, they were a very strong team, and like they played up really well against Witness Gaming as well. Where I think everyone just assumes that Witness Gaming is the best team, and then there's like quite a big jump down to everyone else. And just the fact that Witness Gaming isn't here is why everything is so difficult to predict. Because if Witness were here, we could just predict it, right? But no, like Forfence, they played up to them, so they should be better than everyone. But that's just not been the case. They've been playing up pretty closely to them at all.
Yeah, they're joining in with the result randomizer, right? Like they lose to Havoc one week, and they're like beating the top teams the next week, and they won the French derby against 3.5 stars, which I'm sure they're very happy about. But I'm sure they'd be even happier if they were to make it into playoffs with another win.
Yeah, we're looking at Bruceman versus Bud. Bruceman has been really, really good this season. I feel like he just in general seems like the slightly higher impact player versus Bud, whereas Bud is more of a team player, goes in with good timing with the rest of his team and then gets some nice picks. He always manages to capitalize off of chaos on the flank. But you know, look at that. Bruceman, he has 0.01% more air shots per map. Not percent.
That's all the difference, right? That's
so much better. So much better.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Bruceman's, I guess there's one thing I highlight with Bruceman, we've seen a couple of times. I guess more so on the cost maps, basically Bagel. I don't know, just he randomly just has games where he just like takes the game by storm. Like he's just got that sort of the carry potential that you can just have, where it's a soldier who just sort of leads by example, does insane amounts of damage, doesn't throw his life away, and just controls the map and just dominates. And that's something that we've seen a bit of. Mostly on Bagel, we've seen a bit on other maps as well, but he's really sort of a really strong player to have on a roster. Obviously Sultry and Gullywash, pretty decent soldier map, so could be seeing some more good impact from him here.
Yeah, like it's worth noting that he's also pretty notorious for doing the fast rollout on Metalworks, and you can kind of do that on Gullywash as well. Right, if you do a speed jump in Big Door, you can land on the Demo Man in choke. So maybe we're gonna see that because we are gonna see Gullywash.
Yeah, I think we might be seeing beforehand.
We have a demo fight. We have a
heavy fist fight coming up today against Yalin. They both want the red team, I believe. So walking up, we've got the ham against the fists. Yalin going rather low, and Shea wins it with the ham. Looks like Forfence are going to be sticking it on the red team. So, it's not every day you see one of those, right? I guess it's
nice GG's have been called.
Yeah, GG. There we are. That's it. Forfence make it to playoffs off the back of the heavy fist fight.
Yeah, no point in even playing this. We are playing on Sultry, by the way, which is a pretty interesting map. This is the new map in ETF2L, and this is the all-important final week match, and we're playing on Sultry, which is the least comfortable map for basically everyone, right?
Yeah, Forfence and they've both played this map before this season, and Forfence have actually played it twice. So they seem pretty happy to go in for it. And I guess it's sort of, if everyone's sort of slightly uncomfortable in it, if you're thinking, well, wait a minute, we're going to be less uncomfortable, we've got tricks up our sleeves, we're like extra well prepared for it, you can sort of see that might be an idea. But yeah, they've had a close loss to the Germans, and then they beat 3.5 stars earlier this season. So maybe it could be their pick, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, not sure either what the picks are, we can't quite tell, but yeah, it seems like a pretty standard map. Like, it reminds me a lot of Process in a lot of ways. It's the same kind of setup in a lot of ways. And it's not one of those very confusing maps that plays extremely differently. It's just a different slight layout. layout that more or less plays to what you're used to if you're a competitive 6v6 player.
Yeah, it's like shape-wise, it's like, yeah, it's got the same sort of thing where you've got mid and second with like the 3 lanes going between them with like the flank way, which can get you kind of into lobby, and then into last, you've got the area where you can sort of trade in. You've got the area you can like send Saxon with the pack and stuff. It's yeah, like you say, it's like a lot of other bits of maps glued together, and yeah, but it's like just generally shape-wise and sort of grand strategy-wise, it's not anything that any TF2 player is particularly unfamiliar with.
Yeah, you're not gonna like roll out the wrong side on the first time you play this or something, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
no, you're just gonna hold left and probably get it right. It's fine. That's usually how it goes. It's fine. We're gonna go live pretty soon here, so I'm gonna need a prediction out of you, Ben.
Yeah, I don't know, because obviously Garda need to win this. They need 5 points this game to sort of still have a chance at getting into playoffs. So maybe this is more of a prediction, more just a wish. I think Garda's going to take this. I think they're motivated. They probably realise, we have to go all in. This is the most important game of the season. I think they might come into this first map absolutely slinging punches. So, maybe a bold prediction. What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking like 5-1 to Forfins, but Forfins has also been kind of slow in a lot of their matches, so maybe 3-1 is a more reasonable guess. But either way, I expect Forfins to win this. But I have been proven wrong before.
Yeah, we'll find out soon as first mid-fight getting underway. Seems like Alien Smiley slightly faster than Shappy. Both teams just getting set up in this spam game. We'll see who decides to pull the trigger first on the soldier bombs. Looks like Bruisman going in first, landing just behind with a bit of a fake. As Bud goes back, he lands on point, takes so much damage, but the rest of the company taken out. Alien's taken down. So has Shea as well. Bruisman and the Zunis both behind low HP, getting swept up as well. So really nice first mid-fight coming in. They just weathered those bombers, went for the counter-aggression and got those important picks. There's still the Zunis behind. Seems like Yalin's aware of it as well, but Garda going to be taking mid and potentially second off this.
Yeah, Zunis is so far behind that there's just no way he can really get in here in time. It is even Ubers, so, you can take your time. Oh, he gets Bud. Spawn camps him. That's got to be annoying one to deal with. I wonder if they're going to send back a scout. You can't do that.
Yellen seems aware of the idea.
Azunas often plays with the pain train as well. I don't know if he ran it out to mid, but he tried to go through the choke, do a big speed jump, but perfectly caught there by Yellen.
Yeah, body blocks as well. It's so
yeah.
Now all the parties coming back to clear up Azunas. We've got scout, medic, everyone's there. Just Grix and Shappy left. Defend the lobby, but that's fine. They're dealing with that. Azunis in a bit of a respawn time. We've got engineer and sniper as the defensive off classes currently, but with a player up, it seems like the bombs are coming in regardless. Ooh, good effort.
Yeah, Griggs actually made it perfectly past the sentry gun there, but then Shay just picked him out of the sky with a nice headshot there. That's actually a pretty big deal. I don't know how Griggs, it looked to me like he jumped straight into the sentry gun and just got past it.
It was shooting Yalin. That was the idea, I think. Yalin went in, took aggro from the sentry gun, which I guess is not something you usually see a scout doing, right? Like Yalin just sort of runs in and dies.
Yeah.
I guess if you're going to come up on sniper, then it's kind of worth, right? You can come up, but I do believe Shay is currently checking, and going to be fully aware of the possibility of a sniper coming back up. But we know what Shay's like. These sniper 1v1s probably the favourite. Absolute demon with the big sniper rifle.
Yeah, we've seen Bud and Mankey do a lot of the different loadouts on Soldier when you do the sack waves. So it's obviously Griggs here, but I think he's gonna change it up just as well. No big deal there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some man threats at some point to get in here. And I don't know. Ever since TurboTaps pointed it out, I've kind of been like, why don't people do this? Where if you send in the first soldier with like gunboats into the sentry gun, and then you send in your other soldier with the man treads. Oh my god! Bruceman just jumped out on the medic there. But yeah, if you send in your first soldier to soak up the sentry gun hits, and then you send in your second soldier with the man treads just straight onto the medic, while the sentry gun is busy shooting at the other soldier. Like that sounds like it should be so powerful, because like what's going to stop you? You don't need to do a big like double wall jump or anything. You can just jump in like a normal jump.
Yeah, I guess that works particularly well on maps like your Metalworks, something where like your medic plays close. I guess here like Poy's not playing too far away, so he's like, yeah, you would you would be able to get in with one rocket and just get in quick, get the damage done fast.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like,
nothing like coming up yet. It doesn't seem like it.
you could definitely. He's playing pretty close to the wall there as well, right? It's
Good
basically
trade.
the metal setup. As yeah, this trade. Oh, it's the worst trade. It's just a scout versus a sentry gun, and it's just being repaired. That Uber did nothing. It almost feels like a bait Uber. Just like come out, push out into us.
Maybe they will after that pick as well, Shea, landing another nice headshot. But yeah, like that was such a rough Uber charge. Just sending that one scout in, just being knocked back by the sentry gun. There's absolutely nothing happening for that. As Shea peeks even deeper into the valley, not quite going to land anything visible towards Chokler. Shappy might be getting caught in here. Yalin going to be taken down as Shea gets another pick on the sniper rifle. Looks like second point going to be getting tapped up, and with, I guess, the Os has been building reasonably well, so they might not have too much ad by the time they go into mid, but it's been a bit of a clean push out there.
Yeah, they had the worst Uber of all time, and they only really lost second. Nice shot there from Guzman. Completely wards off that soldier bomb. Griggs will come in, though, get the force out of Boy. And he's even going to jump behind and waste some time as well. The rest of his team, they're kind of holding on to mid. Yeah, they're going to do that just fine. Theos has his Uber now. That was a really nice mid hold.
This is really rough for Forfins, right? Look at the advantage. The advantage is huge. They're going to get second. They're going to have a chance at an Uber advantage last push as well. Getting in with Griggs, they're getting the damage, getting onto Alien as well. Then that push was absolutely destroyed, losing 3 and the Uber charge without getting on anywhere near Theos. So this time, yep, looks like about 50% advantage. Gun's still getting built. So if Garda decide to walk in quick, which it looks like they're going to do, they might be in with a good chance as well. Shappy and Medic's being taken, Uber charging, Bruising jumping behind, trying to get in onto Bud. Not quite going to manage it. It's cap time starting to come through. There's a heavy up, but everyone's so far back on the French side. The cap might just be coming through. The lock comes in from Nevo, and yeah, the rest of the reinforcements, they're just about in time, battling their way back in so low HP, but Boy just about able to keep the rest of the team alive. As what a clutch hold that was.
Yeah, perfectly timed collapse there from. They almost lost the point, but as long as you don't completely lose the point, then it's fine. And if you just come in there, they're all going to be on the point. You can do a ton of damage and actually ward them off. It's a very risky strat or a way to hold it, but they did it really well. Guzman's going to be the first one in. As soon as he's going to follow up, and they're going to try to make as much space as they can for the team. It looks like they've done a pretty good job at it. Everyone else is just getting out of there, but thought about maybe jumping in there. He's going to end up jumping out instead. And they're going to take the side entrance forward here. The Frenchies, they're just going to keep on moving for fence. No stopping on this one. And
who was built up though from Theos though, right? Like, I guess they could use the fact that Shappy got denied forward spawn, so he was not in there, no traps to deal with on that midpoint, so meant that Forfez could walk in slightly faster. But now Uber charge up from Theos. Looks like everyone's sort of stabilising out on this second point, and the French push has been stalled, but not to say it's been stopped, as I'm sure we'll see some creative ways in, maybe some sacks, maybe some off passes, some loadout changes. Bruising with the first one going in very, very high. Going to be dying upon landing and not entirely achieving a great deal, just one rocket in onto Theos. Can't decide to anything back.
But immediately forward, looked to get onto the medic, instead just got arrowed immediately and just has to back off. I kind of like this second point just because there's so many ways for teams to bomb in and force your medic. Right, like you can go through the choke like we just saw. It's a process type of choke where you can just ramp slide and jump really deep. And then also if you go in through, I don't know, let's call it the left side door where currently Shappy's putting up stickies. Right, you go out of that, you can jump off of the wall of that. You can get a really high jump.
Cheese is that one.
Cheese, right, yeah. And then on the other side, the right side, you have this corridor where you can actually sneak in pretty deeply. Currently it's being watched like a hawk by Bud, but a lot of teams don't have a soldier in here. If you don't have a soldier in here, you can actually stand on those crates as a scout, and then you can jump over the door, and it's very difficult for the defending team to actually spot that there's a scout in there.
I saw Juxter get a med drop through that exact plane.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going
in
exactly. On cue perfectly and gets the force out as well. Perfectly on time with your explanation. That's exactly how it could work. Shave running in, getting the force out. Theos taken so low, has to pop out the Uber charge. And Guzman going down as well as Bud jumps in, gets another kill actually as well. Maybe this isn't the end of the world for Garda as they got 3 frags for the Uber charge use. And Grix jumping in as well, Shappy in as well, big pipe onto point. All the rockets coming in, Grix in, lands on the medic, has to use out as well. And despite the force coming out from Shea, it looks like Garda were the ones coming out on top. barging their way in. Great collapse as those remaining players just sat holding in the middle point, and Forfence forced back once again.
Yeah, like the Uber just did enough there. They got another kill. They obviously got 2 in the suicide wave, and then they got another kill, and then they also got enough space for them to actually get all the way in there to get the force out, and then just force everyone back before the respawners came in. So yeah, it actually worked out for them there, but still a great force by the Forfence.
Yeah, they have had as well, though, right? Because Theos got force, so really
Oh my
never mind
god!
Boozman.
The Boozman bomb. That's a nuke in choke. Holy hell.
Insane. I'm just speaking about advantage, and they're just getting to Ubercharge, getting ready to use the right click straight through the doorway, but Broodman lands in from the skybox with an absolute nuke and completely flips the situation on its head. Poise getting Ubercharge up soon as well, and the push is going to be making its way into the mid. What a play from Broodman. He's hit the impact that it's going to have, and that's one great example of it. Going in for a sack, now he's yelling onto Poi, but not quite going to manage it. And Forfence now can walk this ad even further forward. Theos has only just spawned. It's 2 players down for Garda, and Forfence are getting second for free, and maybe even more.
Yeah, one sneaky trap there is going to take down Alien. That's actually a really nice pick that's going to make the Uber really weak. Like we're actually going to get a scout soldier Uber, maybe a double scout Uber if they want to go fast. If they don't go fast, they're probably not going to get the full Uber. And instead, it's just going to be a single scout Uber onto point. But everyone else is kind of getting picked off on the sides. They're not going to get much here. Boy, getting juggled like crazy, but does a nice surf to get out. But does get taken down, so the chase might not be too successful here as Alien has rejoined the fray. Nevo's threatening the back camp, but will end up just being taken down. This is very chaotic right now, but the push-up is still looking like it's a real threat.
Yeah, absolutely. With Theos getting this Uber charge up and ready, obviously not intending on using it if they can help it, but I guess if everyone's so close, they might as well. Yellen going to be going in, and Menex getting a hit quickly into Azunis, but Yellen taken down for his troubles, but point going to be taken. Nice push out coming through. Going to be getting it without having to use it yet, unless Ruben is able to get something working from the top of Frog. Not quite going to manage it. Yeah, nice.
It goes to show, yeah, it goes to show how important a demo man is in these Uber advantage pushes, right? Because you can just put stickies on the point and pressure the point with Uber. And when you don't do that, you're forced to actually get kills. And it gets a lot more complicated and difficult and annoying because they can kind of just hide and spawn a little bit or spread out and not care too much because you can always just bomb the point immediately to block it. Are they going to send someone in? Looks like Yellen's trying to go through the side. Okay, he's not being sneaky about it though, he's just pressuring.
I guess Shay's completely aware of it, given that Shay did it literally 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Calling the team that it's a possibility.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, you know, in Highlander, there's always a spy, but spies can still be very effective. It's just about using the distraction of your teammates and just coordinating up with them so that if you're doing something else, well, then you can't also deal with me then. So if you send in a proper bomb or pressure the side or something, then you can send in a soldier to the side or a scout. And currently Bud is in pretty deep. Like, look how close he is. If at any time they take their eyes off it, he will just walk around the corner and force out Boy. He actually did some pretty decent spam on him, but
he gets forced out well though.
Yeah, indeed. They dealt with it. Oh, Boy's eating more.
Even more.
He's taking so much spam. He's gonna get forced.
Rick's coming in last moment. Good use in the end by Poi, just using just before that rocket hits directly into their face, and yeah, one soldier going down as the rest of Garda did so well there pressuring to Frog, right? They were not taking a lot of spam, but they were rotating around, rotating back into their beam at the right times, and like you said, you just need the right distraction and bombs can work, and the single soldier side comes straight in from the two side. Griggs landing straight onto Poi, works to perfection. Bruceman going for a repeat of the previous bomb and landing in onto Shappy, not going to have the same success. Lightning doesn't strike twice on this map, apparently. He's not going to manage to get the drop this time.
It would be too good to be true. They have about 40% advantage here to push off.
But Demo's down.
That's true.
This is deja vu from the Forfence push, right? They have the ad coming through, but not much ad now, right? But losing Demo Man on second to a trap.
Yeah, it's so devastating. They decide just not to go for it. They're gonna take it slowly here. It's still 0-0, and we've seen these before. I kind of feel like Forfence isn't that good at these kind of slow, meticulous matches, but they still keep winning them. So what do I know? That's very weird. But yeah, it looks like they're gonna put their faith in Menix and his sniper skills, see what they can make happen here. I don't actually know how good of a map this is to snipe into last with.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
it's
not
decent.
It's okay. Like there's better and there's worse for sure. Like this angle here on the like the main like choke side is where a lot of people try and take it. I guess the problem you have going from Valley is there's that big wall in the way, and that blocks a lot of options. But yeah, losing Bud as he tries to jump through, might be losing more as well. Grick's very weak here on the flank, going to be taken down as well. So yeah, maybe. Oh, never mind. They sweep up Bruisman, and if they back out, they should be safe. Should Garda chill back. Still got a sniper though, yeah. But yeah, the sniper there's a couple of angles you can play, but it's not as as powerful. Seems like a snake water, but it's usable.
Like, you know, some maps have like really good hero shot type of positions, like Gullywash. It's not actually that good of a map to snipe into last, but you can if you overextend a little bit, right, you can get that one shot and actually get the medic. Whereas on some other maps like Snakewater, you're mostly just looking for other players to actually kill to kind of get the slow advantage. This seems like one of those maps where you get a slow advantage by killing off like the demo man or the soldier or whatever peaks your sight line, and you're probably not going to get to the medic as a sniper.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw an attempt there, like you say, of the hero shot jumping down into dungeon.
He wins the sniper duel.
And they get two. They get two picks off this. This is really good for Garda. They're starting to peek even further forward. Menix going for a peek into the choke. Not going to manage to get anything on it. But Grix has flanked all the way around. They'll be trying to get onto the sentry gun while the space is opened up. But yeah, it's all going to fall apart now. Shappy's been taken down. And that momentary advantage that they had seems to be dwindling away. Menix taken down as well. And
the stock roller there, getting the sniper, it warms your heart to see that.
It does, yeah. The stock resurgence, it's on.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about it a little bit because I just learned a new spam angle with the stock pipes earlier on, and that is really the stock pipes' main advantage over the I always forget what it's called.
The Iron Bomber.
Iron Bomber, yeah. It's just the pipe to me now. They've just completely lost their identity. But yeah, they're much more consistent. But the stock grenade launcher does have better spam angles, or at least different spam angles because they're longer. And they're actually just going to Uber in now.
Yeah, they got the construct for the counterplay. I'm assuming that's the plan they're going for. Bud has been farming up. So one of the ways you can play these things, but I guess the idea is that you trade off Ubers and then come in with a conj, but Poi hasn't used, so I think that plan has gone in the bin.
Worst trade deal ever. Right there. Alright, we've just got an update from our producer that says that the Germans are currently leading 2-1, so that question is, Ben, what does that mean?
Honestly, I think both of these teams are pretty happy with that, I think. Basically because a lot of the stuff is contingent on Havoc. If Havoc were to win 6-0, you basically end up with these scenarios where everyone's just tied on 21 points. I think basically the Germans taking like even a single map is really helpful to a lot of the teams wanting to sneak in into 4th place. Conj Pop coming in, they're just straight in, charging. He's got so much speed. And Poi forces on 10 HP all the way back just towards spawn, and the sack nearly comes through, nearly gets onto him to get the drop, but...
That was actually crazy. That was like a few chip shots more from a scout or something, and that would have been a drop. So
it's terrifying watching Yellen fly, like with the conch speed on a scout. It's like it's lightning bolt across the point.
Absolutely nuts. And that couldn't have worked out much better for them. You know, recall that they had a really bad Uber. Now they're going to have this Uber advantage now into last. Demoman and Scout as normal. They're going to try and play the point. Demoman is still alive here. They're going to dive players onto. Just look how it becomes a killing field on this point.
Oh, the heavy's going to be dealt with as well. Poised weak as well. Shafi and Theos, last two alive, going to have to try and get some cap time at some point as it's Demo Man versus Scout, and the Scout is going to be the winner this time.
And I think they're just going to stay on last here, let the timer run out. You can see it's on 0, but you still need the point to run out, and there we go. And that's going to be the first round continuing, so to speak, as we have a round reset with about 12 minutes remaining. That was an 18-minute round, and it's still going.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a real back and forth, right? It wasn't as if we did have a few sort of stalemates going on, but we had 4 friends having a add pushes into enemy last. Garda had 2 attempts to add pushes into enemy last. It just seems like this could be a very different scoreline if these advantage pushes were being converted. But we saw last time a very strong mid-fight coming from Garda with those a second wave of aggression coming across the point and landing crucial kills onto the French combo. See if they're going to be able to do the same again. Looks like, as last time, everyone's playing a bit slower until this double soldier sack coming in. Roosman landing straight into Cheese, going to be taken down, and every one of the sack waves has been taken down. It's a full sack coming through from the French side, and they get
oh no,
absolutely
Nevo and
nothing.
Poi also just separated there. Okay, looks like Poi isn't getting chased down.
Bud's on him. Bud's through.
Oh, he might be, yeah.
Bud's getting caught. Bud's going to land through, get the shots onto the medic. Bit awkward on the staircase, but Poi taken down, and like you said, Nevo running away, getting separated on the way out of the mid. That is huge.
Absolutely. It's kind of crazy just how well Garda Panteri there dealt with the double bomb in. Once again, last mid it was the same. It was just as soon as Improvement jumping in first to initiate the mid, and it just got completely crushed. We're gonna have an Uber in here. Shabby almost dying to like sentry guns and stickies and everything else here. Sentry gun eventually goes down, but they're not very healthy.
So
they're playing the point now
laborious.
though.
Yeah, it's still laborious. This counter-aggression coming in for offense. They're taking a fair bit of damage from these remaining players. Shappy going to try and finish the cap himself, but Grix, last alive on low HP, is not going to manage to get anything other than the kill into Poi, which I guess is a pretty decent deal, meaning that they're not at too bad of a disadvantage when spawners come through. But once again, this re-aggression from Forface, they know the perfect timing. They're able to deny cap time coming through for so long, wait for UV charge to fade, and then get set up with their heavy, with their soldiers, and just spam onto that point and just win the post fight. And that's the 3rd time we've seen it happen.
Yeah, Blood's gonna jump in here. That had potential to be some really strong rockets there from him. Only gonna do some damage there to Alien, who is, to be fair, pretty weak, but he will survive with his life here. So it's even-ish Ubers. If Theos just builds very aggressively, he can absolutely do a dot push, and that's probably gonna be worth it. And I'm kind of wondering what side is the fastest to push in off of. I'm guessing the right side is the best one if you want to do a dot push, because the lower side, like through the staircase, it kind of feels like on Freight when you push in to last on that map.
Yeah, never fun.
Yeah, it's just lower.
That's the metaphor you're coming up with. It's like, yeah, maybe not, but Gun coming down, like you say, coming in through that right-hand side of the choke, getting a lot more cap time than they have on these previous pushes as they tend to charge in with the counter-aggression here from Forfence, and again, they're starting to drop players, starting to bleed out. Can they get onto Poi to get this Uber charge out? Doesn't seem like it. Both soldiers going down, and Gallon getting caught in the window as well, trying to get into Alien, but not going to manage it, and that's the 4th advantage push coming through from Garda, and the 4th failed push at that.
Yeah, neither team able to crack the nut so far on last. I wonder if the key is to milk it more instead of just popping on entry. I know that's very scary when like Shay and Venix are probably sniping in there, right? So maybe that's just playing with fire a little bit too much. Alright, Soldier in the skybox. Gonna end up not getting airshot there, but survives to tell the tale. But he is out of mid. So is Shappy. And actually, Forfence, they're already pushing this second point very aggressively. They're gonna take an exchange here in lobby. And Bud has gone down on the flank. They're very deep with Nevo right now at that point. But looks like players are actually going to come in here and they're about to muscle them out of second completely.
Yeah, nice move from Forfence. They got to slow down a little bit on mid with threat of bombs, and Poi was taking quite a bit of splash damage on the low ground, so it meant that Theos was able to get the Uber charge up by the time the second push came in, but just not quite quick enough as the pressure through from Cheese and that really nice Uber coming in from Nevo. Even though they didn't get many kills, bought so much space for the attacking French gamers. And yeah, actually Alien and Rouge both going down to spam is maybe not the ideal start to a last push for them, as Bud's going to try and counter-aggress, try and maybe poke around, see if there's anything happening over towards the second point.
Yeah, you might as well look out. If the medic is close, you jump him. If not, you wait for reinforcements. And the rest of the team, they are definitely anyway. Yeah, they're just leaving Shappy to hold last. That's kind of interesting. Normally you want the demo forward to lock down chokes, but he's going to be on last hold duty, and the soldiers and the scout just create so much space there that it completely works out. It's even Ubers, and it's exactly the same situation as before, except we shifted over a point. So really nice job there on them pushing out off of a relatively small advantage.
Yeah, just demo and soldier picks, right? I guess the logic with leaving a demo man back is that the shutter is just so easy to defend as a demo man. You just put stickies on it and little window entrance into the lobby, and there's not many ways into lobby, and demo men are Very happy when there's a few small entrances because you can just put these traps on them. Boozman going to be going behind, trying to take a fight with Yellin, but Grix has come in to interrupt the 1v1. Looks like Yellin going to be trying to sneak up that kill, gets it eventually as the rest of the team sort of just chilling, trying to put pressure, but yeah, nothing going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, we got bought in here. You're actually going to go for the demo man there. You actually got a pretty nice jump on Alien, but unable to really juggle him properly into his own team there, so Alien will survive. And now the bomber's going to come in again, going to just swerve around. Maybe that's going to be... I think Shay was the real goal there to get in, but they did spot him on the flank. As soon as going to end up going down. So they're going to have to retreat to their own mid now, and sacking from second into mid has always been difficult on every single map, and this map is no different. You can kind of see that every single entrance is at low ground compared to the middle. It's only the side entrance that's not on low ground, where they are pushing from right now.
Are they going to take a trade? They're walking in very, very aggressive. Many get dropped in the trade though, and they don't get the supercharge of Poi. This is a nightmare for Garda. Poi is safe as houses. They lose the player in the trade. Like you said, we thought we had the worst trade deal ever. I think this might be even worse because losing a player and not getting that Ubercharge off means that Forfence now are going to get second for 3 and have another Ubercharge advantage last push on the cards. They've had 5 failed so far. Could this be the 6th, or will Forfence going into the last 5 minutes of the game be able to put a stop to this Alien taking damage on the way in? But Ubercharge comes through, flashes coming out, with Cap Time coming through as well. There's a Sentry steel with a Heavy Steel with getting spammed down, both of them.
Very promising.
Cap Time, so much Cap Time. Yelling's on Pyro though, able to deny for a moment. Alien's weak as well, and yet the counter push coming in. Forfence staying out, spamming down, and Pyro goes down, everyone goes down, and Forfence take the round. 5 minutes left on the clock, and they get the first one on Sultry.
Yeah, I love, by the way, that it's not an explosion, it's like a steam pop or whatever. Guys are on last that just pops everyone into the air without damaging them. I love that, like, victory little thing. But yeah, very strong push there, and they finally cracked the code, getting a lot of point pressure, then just scattering, and then coming back in for the repressure. Really good stuff. Let's see if they can also do something about these mid, because Boozman and Azunas have been jumping in early, and they've been getting nothing.
Well, Poi took a lot of damage when it has to back up all the way to Cheese to get the pack as the soldiers come back in. Wooden Griggs jumping into high ground, taking the space, and yeah, just having to go back for that pack has meant that a few of the players on this French side have been left dry, and Bud's able to jump through and take Cheese. Griggs coming through Frog as well, and they might be getting second as well. 2 players going down for Forfence is all it takes. Everyone walking through very, very aggressively. Really taking lobby 2, so another nice mid coming through from Garda. This time they're not getting the advantage last push off it, but it's definitely what you want, right, with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, alright, they've got a soldier. I think he's kind of got stuck in, but might as well make the best of it. Boozman, man, he is dodging so many air shots right now. It's like 4 potential frag moving moments, but just weaves right through those rockets. He's going to survive. Only Bud will end up going into the respawn queue. And that's actually going to be an opportunity for him to switch to something interesting, which he doesn't do. So never mind that thought. But,
yeah, the last time the Conch was there, they didn't actually get the trade off because they went in to try and trade with Poi, and Poi just didn't use. So I guess I respect them not going back on Conch if you don't trust.
Yeah, I was thinking more like man threats, you know.
You're a big fan of man threats now, right? You're a full man threats convert.
I kind of am. Like I like what it does. I think the main thing that I don't like about it is that people tend to do double wall jumps with it. You know, kind of like you would do if you had gunboats, but you take so much damage. You take like 90 damage off of those kind of jumps, and it's just too much. Yeah, but they're
gonna get the gun and get some spam out towards spawn. Neither going down to Shappy, but Ubercharge coming out later from Poi is going to be so much better. Catching out Theos as well on the way back.
But everyone else is alive.
They're counter-aggressing though. Yeah, Bud's in as well onto Alien. This could be good. They're walking, getting the medic as well. There's only 3 players alive. 3v3 temporarily. Big scramble on the point. Only 2 scouts alive on the blue side of Garda. Dancing around. It's all on Shay to defend. Will he win it? 1v1. Medics versus Shay. And Medics wins it out. Lost the snipe 1v1 earlier, but wins it on the scouts. They equalise with 2 minutes left, and that could be saving Garda's season. They couldn't afford to lose this map, and now they're staying back in with 2 minutes left. What a play.
How many points is it that Garda needs to make playoffs?
5 to have a chance.
5 to have a chance. Okay, yeah. So 100% needs to get at least a draw here, and then win the next round. And they've been really good on these mids as well. It's a minute and a half remaining here. Let's see what's going to happen. Eventually, they're playing super
So
passive.
damage. They're walking in, they took so much damage, had to all back out so far. Grigskin as well, trying to contest, but actually no, the progression was too much. They could be in trouble. Shay's chasing down onto Theos. Theos dancing around the what on earth is going on? Jeez, Griggs is still alive. Theos is still alive for so long. Goes taken down eventually. 1 minute left on the clock, and actually we were saying this could have saved the season for Garda, but it could be the other way around. Forfence now could be looking to finish this in regulation. 1 minute left on the timer.
Unbelievable. Like, they were playing so passively on this mid, and, you know, it kind of seems like whoever goes aggressive first will lose this mid. At least so far in this match on Sultry. That's what's been the case here. And we actually have a crit squeak on Theos. He only has 40 seconds to build this, so I understand that. It's just a little bit faster. But let's see. They're going to have to deal with it no matter what. Because Alien, he is just in the skybox.
Yeah, launched very, very high. This Supercharge hasn't got a great deal so far, other than the kill into Bud. Pyro's out on the point as well, and everyone's sort of restocking now on the front side. 20 seconds if they are to get on this point, but Crit Scree going to be coming up in Theos in about another 5 seconds. There's still a heavy to use onto as well. Point pressure coming in, point pressure coming in. No one's there to deny. They just stand on the point, no one blocks it. No one's there. And that's it. Forfeits are going to take map number 1 off the basis of that. The Crit was ready to go, and they just don't manage to block the point.
Absolute heartbreaker. Just as we thought Garda had a chance, the light is extinguished. That is absolutely brutal. 3 points here for Forfence. That is super important. They need 4 points. So now even with 3 points, Forfence have a chance at making playoffs. Like 3 points could be enough. Obviously, to have it in their own hands, they need 4. But yeah, that game just sprung into life in the last couple of minutes. I just want to point out that as soon as in every single game has where they win, he's always dropped like GG easy. But this time he didn't do that. He went like, sorry, no BM, my games are always easy. He's a proper gentleman. He's evolved.
We're getting some news now here about the game over on TFTV1. The Germans have taken map number 1, so they're now, I think they're guaranteed for playoffs. And Forfence now, I believe there's a chance that they could still drop out depending on what happens over in the Varmkov Mandem game, and if Garda decide to make some heroic fight back. Because Garda now they're not playing for themselves, they sort of can play now to spite Forfence. They can make it they can spoil the party.
A more powerful motivator, some would say.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think currently we have TLR Mandem and Germans guaranteed playoffs, and then it's between Forfence and Varmkov for the that other spot. That's assuming we don't already know the result of map 1 from that game. Well, we've got some. We can have a look at the logs from this. I know we said we were. I guess it's been a slow burner, right? There's lots of low GPMs, but when it's a slow game, that's kind of to be expected. Anything leaping out to you?
I guess. I mean, I knew that Griggs had a good game, and you can kind of see he top damage. That's kind of. I know his stats aren't exactly eye popping, but I'm gonna say he had a good game. He had a good match. He top damage, and then I guess like Shay and Alien both having really good KDs, despite being picked off at a bunch of random times. So overall, really good stuff from them. Shay did some good sniping, and so did Menix. But yeah, it's like I guess the medic deaths are what popped out to me the most. It's 3 to 5. That's very little.
Yeah, that's so low, right? Especially Poi, 3 deaths. And you saw some of the crazy scenarios that Poi was left in as well. To only die 3 times is very, very impressive. Really kept them in a lot of those fights, particularly those Ubercharge. Those Uber deaths had last holds where they were like sort of dancing around. Keeping their medic alive is so important. Keeping your players topped up, keeping them buffed when they're trying to reaggress. Really nice work. I think I found, to track for a little moment, I think I found logs from the first map of Varmkov against Mandem.
Do tell.
It's time to. I think it's time to throw the spreadsheet in the bin because Mandem won, which I think means now nobody has anything to play for, other than Mandem. I believe, and it's between Mandem and the Germans for the second spot.
Yeah, so Mandem is currently tied for first place in Prem, right? Is that not? We're
yes,
not
they're,
3
they're
points
now
behind yet.
they're now on 27 exactly. Yeah, so any more points for Mandem gets them first. The Germans could, I guess, make it a 3-way tie on 27 points and sort of sneak in, but yeah, as for top 4, I believe, assuming the spreadsheet is correct, I believe that we're now actually just all sorted after one map, which is maybe slightly anticlimactic, but it means it's less of a headache to sort out later on.
Yeah, it's only fair. You put all that work in. So tell us, who are the 4 playoff teams, Ben?
TLR, Mandem, Germans, and Forfens are in the top 4.
I think we're about to have another heavy fist fight as well. They're all stacking.
Oh, let's
red
go!
again.
Come on, let's go.
Is it actually?
Is that a rule? Like, if you do you do one per map, or do you do like one
Yeah,
for one game?
I had the exact same thought. I mean, I'm used to just fighting for red no matter what. I don't care what's nice. Like Danish teams always just super hard stack red, and we didn't care. To the point where we would like swap teams at the very last second. We'd just go blue and then swap teams as time ran out for the start, and we were red. no mercy. It's absolutely cheap to get it.
Yeah, the BM strats. But yeah, like I guess this sort of I don't know, it's weird, right? Because obviously if you're playing in these games, you probably aren't like sat there on logs between games looking at what everyone else has done. You probably want to just look at your own game, but like I suppose if you see it sometimes in football, right, where like there's games happening like the World Cup simultaneously, and like there's the manager there gets a phone call from like their assistant who's at like another ground saying, "Oh, such and such has just scored," and like you see a bit of a cheer, but yeah, no, I think both teams can sort of let the reins go for this one and sort of play their own game.
It's a hammer versus a ham. Oh my god! Oh, Shea wins again. He's
2 for 2.
Yep, untouchable. So good.
Yeah.
And as soon as drops a GG easy.
GG easy, yeah, that's what we love to see. But yeah, I think the pressure's off for both these teams now. I think both ends can't make it because they can't even make it to second. Because obviously in playoffs, like the difference between second and third is pretty big. Because if you're second, you're in the upper bracket, you get another life. But yeah, both ends aren't going to be making it there. So I believe they're potentially playing for pride and. Depending on how playoffs works, map pick advantage in the third, fourth playoff.
Yeah, nobody knows how playoffs work. They randomize it each season. I'm pretty sure they just have like a wheel of random playoff formats, and they pick one.
Yeah, I remember there was the one. Was it last season where like Witness came in and said they wanted to be like map pick advantage for the team coming in as a first seed, and they'd like said it ages ago, and it was like first week ETF2L was like, yes, there will be pick advantage for the team who comes in with number 1 seed, and then. Mandem get number 1 seed and play as Witness, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. It's absolutely good stuff. But
yeah, I guess we're moving on to Gullywash, potentially into more familiar territory, both for us and for the players. Like, what are you sort of? Is there anything you sort of want to see translated from Sultry into Gullywash? Think people might be doing well with, or like things you might want to see more of on Gullywash?
Yeah, I want to see some fast roller. Bruceman do a speed jump in big door, land on the demo man, kill him. That's my number one, and then I want to see like Shea and Yalin just run behind lines and cause havoc in big door. Those are mostly the things that I'm looking at, but probably the first thing we're going to see is some demos just destroying things. I think he tried to do it, but
right side mid, forfeit, getting jumped down really aggressively.
Oh my god, the crunch!
But everyone on the backside is being taken down as well. Theos down, Poi down as well, just Yalin left alive, and actually behind lines currently, hiding out behind all the way up in river. Both sides just crunching onto each other, but I guess Garda have more people caught in the crunch.
Yeah, that was brutal. Garda got caught inside of a banana or elbow, whatever you want to call it, and they just couldn't get out of it. It was just 2 soldier spam.
Yalin, I think he spotted. Really not sure.
Surely he got spotted, right?
Yeah, surely he was hiding up on the second, couldn't get it onto Poi.
Oh, he's sneaking around the big door. Okay, now they definitely know what he is. He's shooting at a soldier. So he's a big distraction for his team, but Bruceman gets Theos and Medics. That's a monster bomb out of him. That's going to be that. Man, I hope Yalin is in for some real big... Oh no, the back cap is real. Yeah, as soon as it's just all the way back there. Not even a paint train or anything.
Yep, there was that. Fair enough.
Yeah, sword to carry. But already, How fast was this round compared to the last map? I think last map it took about 25 minutes or something before we got around, maybe 20 minutes. This time around took about 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, with his right side mid again, and they're going for it once more. He gets straight away onto Bud, maybe take it down instantly. But as Rooster Shea going down on the other side, and Guzman caught low HP underneath, might be getting taken out as well. So this one not playing so badly for Garda, getting 3 picks for the price of 1 and getting a lot of space with it, as well as the rest of the French side all the way backed out. Alien just getting a couple of traps with lobby. This is more like the mids we're used to seeing on that Sultry map. Nice damage coming through from Garda as cleaning up a second, getting themselves into lobby and getting themselves set in for the last push. Probably stayed alive though, so no advantage to speak of in that department.
Yeah, Shabby's not going to get caught out by a soldier twice in a row. He just had a nice little sticky trap waiting there for as soon as and just took him down really quickly and kind of snowballed out of control there. So we're setting up on last. We have a sentry gun going up. We have two players in water. It's Yellen and Griggs playing it, and currently there aren't too many stickies here on second on the last point, but Griggs, he's gonna do a bit. He can actually jump up and get the medic. Never mind, he's gonna get piped down. So 2 players down. Let's see if we can get anyone out here. It looks like the answer is no so far.
Yeah, Azuna is just having a bit of a poke towards the treasure. Once the stickies were dead, it was fairly safe just to walk in. Spam a couple of shots away. Shea going to be walking very aggro though in River on this sniper. We've seen already on the previous map how lethal this can be, and can be going for some even more. Bud jumping in, just forcing back. And yeah, the tug of war continues as Yalen gets caught out by stickies. Not ideal for them, but yeah, slow it down.
Yeah, pretty low consequence kind of death there from Yalen. He could also go sniper or any other off class. Go pyro into water. Something fun. You know, seasons.
Or spy, I guess.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's fun. I like it. And okay, he is on Cloak and Dagger. I thought he was on the Invisiwatch for a moment there.
I don't know what it is. I've seen lots of Invisiwatch this season, and honestly, I don't really understand it too well. Like what the upsides, because every time I see someone do it, they just get killed because they have the decloak at the wrong time.
Yeah, I always when I place, I always use the Invisiwatch just to speed myself up. I'm not gonna waste my team's time. I'm just gonna spend like 1.5 minutes playing spy, and then I'm going to be dead.
I think, unfortunately for Yellen in this situation, there's Shea has decided to check for the off classes and has decided not to play sniper anymore, and instead get onto pyro. And he just sat on the gun, airblasting everything, occasionally running around, spamming the fire. And yeah, it's going to be a hard time for Yellen to get anything here.
Yeah, he can play the point. He is kind of doing that. Yeah, look at that. Oh. Yeah, I actually like that play. They had a soldier touch the point, and then Spy went to the demo man because the demo man would obviously look at the point. So, yeah, good idea there. Doesn't quite pan out, but that's the nature of Spy sometimes. And they only did lose the Spy, so no big deal. He's not the most important class. Go back to the drawing board, do something else. Let's see. Looks like it's just gonna be a good old scout to stock. Well,
yeah, see what Yellen decides to do on this one. Maybe covering the scout, maybe having some idea, maybe trying to go in underneath, trying to do some distraction. Maybe looking to take a trade. Have to wait and see. Bruisman jumping up, taking some aggressive space in lobby, and that fight with Bud might be getting taken down. Ooh, just about managed to get out.
Yeah, right now, just this fortress with the pyro and the Spencer and sentry gun and everything is so difficult. Look how tightly packed the French team is around that sentry gun. It is just such a fortress to get through. Right now, Garda hasn't been able to really come up with a good answer for it. They have a minute and a half-ish to deal with it, come up with something, some sort of aggression. They can't just sit back forever. At some point, they probably just need to do an exchange. Which always
the thing is, they've got
bad.
a sniper though, right? So that's not exactly screaming exchange to me, as it takes a little bit more time. But with 1 minute 20 on the clock, there's it seems to be what Garda are going for. Seeing if Yellen can get a peek in, potentially looking to go in from underneath. Bud is there to support. We've got one player going underneath behind as well as Grix sitting down in the water as Yellen peeking in, trying to get the angle. I think a couple of players have been jumping in front of that sideline. They've seen Alien and Shea part in front, but not the all-important medic, which is I'm sure what they're looking for. Medic's catching a kill into Bruisman underneath, and lots of aggression into lobby as well. So offense really getting to work here, taking the space.
Yeah, I don't actually like that Bruisman decided to go for the play there, but luckily as soon as is going to
The why.
Yeah, correct that, as he will just suicide into the enemy demo, get him down, and then look at that, Yelling gets taken down as well. So if you put your nose out too far, as soon as just gonna shut you down immediately. So well done by him. Griggs again playing water. He hasn't really had a lot of luck with it so far, and well, he has about 15 seconds to change that. Otherwise, we're gonna have a round reset.
Yeah, fourth ends have been so good on these last holds all games so far, whether it's these stalemate ones, the even Ubers, the scrappy ones, anything like that. And yeah, last ditch attempt to jump in, try and get onto it. Actually, Theos is getting launched up into the end. This could be relatively rough. I guess Uber charge being used out. Shea going to be getting the kill into Theos. So that point is going to tick down very, very slowly. I don't believe anyone's going to be able to get to second in time, as the last couple of players being taken down yet. Stalemate comes through. Round is over. No risk at all there for Garda. Yeah, round reset, and yeah, fourth ends have just been so strong on these last holds. That's a couple of times now we've seen Garda just really struggling to get in.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent push overall. They got a long time on the point. Just on that alone, it was already a better mid than I expected out of them. Let's see what happens here. So far, as soon as has been jumping Chappie very aggressively, and this time around, looks like he does something else here. Bruisman's gonna jump into the enemy elbow and immediately get taken down. Oh, this is a crunch right now. Poi is dead, along with almost the rest of his team. Actually, Alien's going to jump in very aggressively, gets a nice little pipe there. Somehow this is all equalized.
Yeah, honestly, there was all the Zunis there, getting into the elbow, just into that little close quarters, splashable area, getting a kill onto a medic, and I believe a scout as well. Yeah, huge impact coming in from Azunis. Not quite going to win the mid-fight out, but yeah, it's so much impact getting that medic.
Medic's won the mid there, but unable to cap it out in time, so it looks like it's actually going to be fourth ends. I would love to see Garda just ape in here on this midpoint, just go full gremlin mode, just go in there, right? It's uncapped. It's another mid. No, they're just going to hold on a second.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess last time we saw him on second, it didn't last particularly long. I guess we had Yalin behind as well, which sped things up slightly, but we'll see now what offense are made of, and losing Alien as they're trying to get someone in behind is perhaps not exactly what they were looking for, as now Soldiers jumping through Bud in onto the point. Lots of people being caught on low ground here for offense, able to get out to their own side just about, but really nice pressure coming in from Garda, sweeping their way across, getting more kills actually. It's 3 players down. They're not going to deny the demo of Alien, but might be denying onto Shea and Bruisman, as Bud's jumping in even further as well, and the pressure's even coming in through Big Door as well now.
What a surf from Boy, though.
Surf coming through, going to use out onto Azunis. But yeah, nice work from Garda. And see
he's just going to suicide. This is so sad. He knew he couldn't get out. I think he was Ubered by the time he hit that kill bind. Yeah, it's just rolling out of control right now for offense. They're going to need to set up on last, but they have a singular engineer just clonking away at the sentry gun. They have a pyro ready to protect him. They are at an uber disadvantage. It's going to be about 40% disad. And yeah, they could have gone in there, pressured a little bit harder, but they're just going to sit back, build the uber advantage, and then go on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That all spiraled out of Alien just getting caught on that that play in Big Door on Garda's second, and yeah, it was just in a flash all the way through the length of the map. But Griggs gets taken down before the push is able to come in. Nice work from Bruisman going in, getting that free pick. So now they're going to use it. It's going to be 5v6. Going to run it in through the river. Going to get onto Yalin into water. Menix is going onto the point, trying to get some cap time, but there's an Alien underneath. On the demo man, just doing so much damage. Theos wins out the fight against Azunis somehow in river on the way back out. Nice Ubersaw and an arrow kill combo coming through, but yeah, that is not exactly ideal, and it all starts with Drix getting taken down by Bruisman.
It warms my heart to see Azunis there. He ran shotgun on last. It makes a lot of sense to do that on Gullywash, but most people don't bother to change it out. Oh, are they going to cap second? No, it's getting blocked from up top there by Griggs. He's getting jumped now, and they do manage to cap it out. It's actually really nice. It's going to mean any back cap is no longer relevant. And yeah, the force. This is actually working out super well for them here. And the fact that they lost 2 at the very end there might change that quite a
Make it
bit.
3, maybe. Oh, Shappy! Huge debt. Huge debt onto Shea. Anazunis. Grix gets the pickaxe kill. We're not playing TF2, we're playing Minecraft. They're getting even more frags as well. Ubercharge used in through Theos, but they're going to get 4 kills. They might be getting even more as well. Shappy jumping in. Shots coming into the sky. Medics denies any possible chance of an air shot coming through. Poi going to be taken down in a second as well. And look at all these frags coming through now for Garda as they start walking in.
This can't go wrong.
Already. There's no way this could go wrong, right?
Ben, this is going to be a roaring success. I can tell you already. Look at that. They already got as soon as this Pyro is doing some work defending the Sentinel, but the Sentinel is not looking at the point. There's a scout on it, a singular scout, but he's going to win the duel versus this soldier. And no matter how hard I try to jinx it, I can't stop this much of an advantage. There we go.
Again, it's like that previous push we saw. Like Garda just have such a quick turn of pace, right? They just get a couple of kills with the debt on mid after the force comes out on second from Poi, and then like they just click straight on the gas pedal, straight in through Big Dog, winning the fight out, getting Poi isolated, who's caught in an awkward spot and just bursting in. You don't need to grind down these Ubercharged last pushes if you can just get in 6v3, but getting caught early in this next mid is not exactly ideal for the Garda side. Bud's going to be jumping back in on very, very low HP. Gets a nice rocket onto Alien, but nothing else as everyone else forced out and back from the Garda side.
Bruceman's in behind.
Lobby. Yeah, Bruceman's in lobby. This is really painful for Garda.
Yeah, super annoying to have to deal with that. Like, just knowing that you can get cut off at any time. You just have to retreat back to last. They probably could have made a stand there on second, holding top and get them to spam out and delayed them quite a bit, but not when the boost pressure is there. You're just going to have to settle back on last, and this is actually a lot faster than Sultry so far. We still have 16 minutes remaining in this map, and Azunas has just snuck into water, but there was a sticky trap waiting for him, so no sir. Nice little sticky trap. Like, Shabby was so far away, in a way where you'd never have stickies there, so that was very clever.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as he's coming back up, are you expecting anything funny? I think Shea's actually running back to forwards, but potentially going to be using the opportunity of the door getting opened up. Yep, there we go. Shea going to get back onto his...
As soon as it looks like he's standing in spawn, so he's probably being sneaky.
Oh, he's changing loadout? Something?
Probably, I'm guessing Pain Train, maybe? That would be my best guess.
Yeah, Pain Train. Yeah, it's not really one you can make use of like mantras or anything. I guess if you want to run a banner, that could be a thing, but...
Yeah, like it's actually a good banner map.
Yeah. Well, Shea's life on Sniper is short-lived.
Oh, he's also on Shotgun. He's also on Shotgun, right?
And Bud's going for even more. Bud gets demo as well. Alien's down, okay.
Oh.
This is
I
something.
didn't even see that.
Yeah, Bud's just farming in lobby.
I was just looking at Azuna's loadout and I missed everything else.
Poi's taking a fair bit of splash as well. Poi's taking even more splash, down to 45 HP all the way back, having to retreat all the way through, and yeah, I guess it's... Oh, they're just about getting spawners in time. It was looking like a push-out could have been possible there from Garda, but not quite able to get the damage quickly enough. They're forced all the way back, but it was promising for a moment there from Garda at the push-out, but not going to happen.
The important thing is they try. There'll be some spam in water. Shea also goes down. No hero shot for you today, my friend. And Bud looking into lobby, seeing if you can spot anything. And I think it's mostly just going to be pressure for their own sniper to maybe perhaps get a good angle, get a pick off. And look at that, they get one.
Perfectly on cue. And with Bud jumping in as well, Bud's on medic straight the way in. Ozzy gets the Uber charge off from Oi. Great bomb coming in from Bud, who's honestly been a menace on these last holds for Garda.
Yeah.
He's doing so much work in that lobby. Gets a kill, gets through, and gets the force out as well. Yeah, push out, surely going to be at least considered now from Garda. Big advantage.
Yeah, Shea is holding the choke angle here. It's going to make it very uncomfortable to push into. It is a full Uber. If they go up top and just Uber over, they can absolutely make some work. Boostman fails to get the force out.
Oh, Grix is in behind. Grix is nuking. Grix is all the way in.
Oh my god.
Look at the damage coming through. Grix just sneaks it through, gets in, and just rockets landing into the middle of 4 people. That was like a 500 damage first rocket there from Grix. What a monster.
And very importantly, they couldn't retreat back out into him, which meant that Bud also got some really nice kills there. Probably the easiest kills of his entire TF2 career. There's a pyro spawn. Oh my god, please don't feed him. I always get nervous when people just spam the pyro like that. You know, because one day he's going to reflect 2 rockets and hit a medic and drop it or something. Or even just getting a scout would be super annoying when you have an Uber like this. You want everyone alive.
Well, we've seen Garda really struggle previously on these Uber advantages. Last push was over on Sultry. See if it's any different here on Gullywash. Looks like Medic's running in. Sticky Bomb's deaded on point, so cap time can start coming through soon. Breezewin, they're doing great work on the point. Medix is forced all the way out, and yeah, it's not been much of an improvement unless Medix can do some heroics on the point. There's a pyro there to fight as well, and Nevo, which is there as well to help. Yeah, these ad pushes again just not working out. That's the second one already on Gullywash that offense have been able to survive, and yeah, it's all well and good getting these advantage positions, but if you can't convert them, they're not worth anything.
Yeah, they played water so heavily, and it was basically uncontested, but they didn't really get anything out of it. They didn't pressure top right at all, to the point where they never even killed the sentry gun. Like, that's how little pressure they actually got.
Are they going for a funny play through Big Door now?
Oh.
Grix is in. Finding damage onto Poi. Pressure coming through Big Door as well. We trade 1 for 1. Soldier apiece is down. Poi's taking a bit of spam on point. Still relatively healthy though for the time being until Bud jumps in. He's going to beats the bomb, but still Poi forces out regardless to save his players. Yeah, if they can get out.
Oh, they get the demo man with the needle over here. That's actually really huge.
Medic's weak as well. Okay, this is actually great for offense. It was looking rough getting forced out at an awkward time, but yeah, so many players were so far forward there from Garda that they able to barge their way and take mid. Going to be probably taking second as well as Ubercharge not coming up for Theos for any time soon. Lots of forwards.
Grix actually goes down. He wants to get the medic or the med pack so badly, but he just got jogged away from it. Gets taken down. There's actually some really nice pressure going on. They're kind of steamrolling them right now on offense, despite having an Uber disadvantage. But the thing with Ubers are that until you reach 100, they don't actually matter. So the fact that it was like 80% to 60%, not important, right?
Yeah, if Garda had like 20% more Uber in that situation, that probably makes a whole lot of a difference. They could use back here, maybe save some of those low players in the retreat, but it's not happening. Both ends parking themselves up outside Garda's last. Once again, we've been here before.
Yeah, you got the classic warrior hold. Oh my god, please. Okay, Bruce will just walk through a sticky trap. Bud is out in lobby as well. We've seen this so many times before. This time around, doesn't quite get the drop on the scout like he wanted to. Didn't hit them with the rockets at least. But yeah, they just didn't check the stickies at all there. That made me nervous.
Yelling is so far forward on Pyro, just sat in a shutter from Pyro. Let's see, they're playing so aggressive at Garda here in lobby with even players as well. Now I'm sure they're going to retreat off yet, deciding to go back, deciding they've had enough of it, want to get themselves sat back on last.
Shappy again, just spamming this riverside. It's actually pretty rare these days to see demo men actually do this, because if you mess up, you can get punished really hard, especially like a soldier can jump in through balcony and then wrap around into the river area and get in behind you and pick you off. So it's very dangerous to play in there. Also, like, he's getting spammed out pretty hard right now, so he actually has to retreat. So it's fine to do it for a while.
Yeah, Hasby gets out just about alive. There was a few stickies a little bit too close to comfort there. But in the meantime, Nevo has decided to go up on Spy. We've seen some Spy attempts before. It seems to me that Gallon is aware of this possibility, as Nevo is just currently sat in secret as the rest of the team pressures in. See if we get, like before, a bit of a distraction play to go over something. Nevo is just running around, undisguised, not going to get anything.
Oh, Shabby got bounced around by some damage. He just got bounced out of range of Nevo. That's sad. Imagine you're about to sink your knife into the back of your enemy and you just balloon or just jumps over you because he randomly hits a trampoline. That's basically what happened there. Absolutely brutal. He was actually going to go on Pyro. I was calling for this earlier. Yeah.
Oh, this would be amazing. It's sort of a pocket strat you can do. I guess you don't see it too often in like the higher divs, but like if you're watching like low and open game, this is all the rage.
Yeah, low and open games.
Pyro underneath,
and Shocky games. Shocky does it a lot for some reason. Alright,
Shappy nearly getting caught out. You're just saying how dangerous that spot is. Breezewin jumps in, doesn't quite land the air shot, but it was dangerous moment there for Shappy. Just forced all the way out. The players getting into water. This is the
they're
place.
all in
The
water.
Pyro through. Grix on Soldier, the one there left to defend Gallon as well. The Pyro's in onto the point, airblasting everyone away. There's pressure coming in from the rest of the crew. Ubercharge being used out though, but they can't quite get the cap time through just yet. At least they're getting Ubercharge out, but Alien Smiley's gone down and it's not working out all too great so far, unless they can have some perfect close tube with 4 players sat in water.
The flank from bot now though.
But they're getting moved under there.
Strat, and I think they're about to get completely crunched. Oh, the U-boat, it's doing work.
Yeah, you're not trapped. I'm in here trapped maybe by you. You're trapped by me, and actually they're getting frags. Oh my word, it's gonna work.
Oh my god, the U-boat succeeds. Oh my god, they just kept on munching on it, whoever came down there. That's so funny. See, I thought they were gonna get overwhelmed, but no.
There's 4 players trapped underneath the point. How on earth are they A, allowed out, and B, win the round? Like, it's just... I have no idea. Maybe, there's a new meta or something. You just park 4 players under point in a post-uber. Because you think about, like, good post-ubers, you want high ground, you want, like, proper spacing, you want coordination. No, just sit everyone under point, it's fine. And sack everyone in on the mid-fight, and oh my. Yeah, I think is a pretty good description for what just happened there. They're getting some counter-frags, Medics and Shappy coming back in, but Garda not getting what they're wanting on this mid-fight, and I believe that was Poi's life, but
Medics split up there with Theos for a while, so a bit of Uber advantage lost. They're actually going to hold pretty far forward here, which kind of surprises me. But maybe
it's 2v3, I guess, so it's not like...
Yeah, it's just always sketchy when you have one player protecting your medic, you know?
Yeah,
like, that guy's going to survive for sure, but maybe you as the medic, you're going to get forced in a really silly way if your scout doesn't hit. But yeah, medics is a good scout, so maybe that's not an issue.
Shay's up onto sniper, so seen it attempt to last. On second, I suppose it's maybe arguably better because you've got this sort of wide, long angle towards Big Door where you can start peeking in, start getting a couple of surprise shots, being spotted out now by Medics who's just jump peeking left and right into the doorway, baiting the shots. I believe Shappy is the intended target for this sniper of Shay. See if he steps in far enough.
Pressure has kind of worn off a little bit here. Shay in the Big Door, I always like this setup just because when you have that much open space in the Big Door, it's very easy to send players behind as well. Right? Like Shay is taking away the vision of Big Door, so if you want to run behind, you can do it. And look at that, they actually get a kill. It's gonna end up being a trade in the end, but a soldier manages to come in from behind. Oh my god, that's such a nice bomb in from Grix. Gets a kill and the force. Really well done from him. And that just goes to show, if you lose choke, you can very quickly get overwhelmed.
Evo's gone all the way behind into lobby, potentially looking for a scrap, taking on Yalen, but meanwhile the rest of the Garda team looking to bully their way in through choke, but they're losing players. They're down to 3 players alive. Shappy's weak as well, and despite the Ubercharge advantage, they're only 3 players up, and they're being bullied all the way backwards to the high ground. They're surely going to stand their ground, given the Ubercharge, but there's no way that Theos gets out of here without having to use getting spammed out. Griggs jumping in, chest pumping Azunis in the air. Shappy's getting bombed. The air shot comes out from Guzman, and he's going to get out alive as well.
That is such a wild series of events here, and I can't even keep track of where everyone is right now. This Bruceman is so weirdly behind right now. That's so annoying. Okay, finally he's been spotted. Gonna just perfectly hit a rocket there on Yellen, but eventually he's gonna get taken down, unable to hit the second one. But yeah, no one's able to walk through any chokes right now. It's just getting punished.
Yeah, absolute chaos is
Wait, Shappy's been behind? Okay, he trades with Alien. That's probably as good as you can get when you have 18 HP.
Yeah, that was really something. Yeah, demo for demo trade, you'd absolutely take in that scenario, given the HP difference. But what's also different is the Uberchargers. But Theos has been building relatively quickly, so the ad is going to be dwindling. But for a moment, the ad was absolutely huge. But I guess the fight was scrappy enough on second, and it's meant that Theos has been able to get in time before Poi is able to just bust in into last and start taking names. But with 4 minutes left, you'd almost argue that offense aren't really the ones that have to be doing that. They're up around. There's kind of no rush for them.
Yeah, true, and I think that's what they're thinking as well, because they're just sitting outside here. They don't really care to put on any pressure in water or anything. That's what we've seen them do whenever they actually want to make something happen. Whereas right now, they're just taking it slow. They're even spy checking a whole bunch. You can see soldiers just shooting rockets into random corners. Good stuff. And I mean, it's still a lot of time. 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes is a long time for anything to happen in this game. And I don't know.
Bud's busting through Baby Door. Yeah, Bud's busted through Baby Door, nearly getting onto the Zunis, who gets out on 2 HP, and Bud actually catches Nevo as well, so pressure's being taken through Baby Door. Yeah, Garda starting to work their way in, both soldiers taking aggressive stances, and they're feeding the Pyro to Bud, potentially getting ready to bomb back through Choke. Is anyone aware of this possibility? Seems like he must be backs away, not deciding to go for it just now. Going to try spawn camp onto Nevo, who has come back up on Pyro. It's worked once, going to work again. Nope, decides to come back up on Scout. Oh dear.
Degenerate shit. Absolutely disgusting. But just standing around the corner.
God.
Alright. Alright, the pressure is on, and we just have the sniper Pyro squad right now putting pressure on. I mean, it's not doing too much, but hey, it takes one bullet from a sniper to make a big impact here. But unable to catch Nevo this time around. Looks like
Might be getting caught either way though, right? Getting taken very, very low in Baby Door. Gonna have to get the pickaxe out and run tail all the way back into lobby. But yeah, this is going to be the only way they burst into this, right? From Garda's side, there's 2 minutes on the clock. They really have to be pressuring in with these soldiers. I guess they're catching 2 picks in lobby for the Force. Is not the end of the world at all for Garda's side. As now with Uber charges being exchanged in top river, we'll see if they're able to bully their way through Bud, walking in through Baby Door as well. So maybe the collapse could be on after this Uber charge, but Spawner's going to be in. Bruiseman's up as well. But yeah, it's still so rough for Garda despite getting Uber charges off the table.
Yeah, Bud's making some moves, and hey, actually kind of winning the duel against the soldier down to 3 HP improvement. Yeah, but Yellen and Menix both going down.
They trade.
Yeah, that's probably curtains here. We have a sentry. No, wait, we have a demo man, but it's already been
getting danced around. That's it. That's the end. It's so rough, right? When you start like on last, and it's under that 5-minute time, and you know that the enemy team can just sit there. Like it's so hard to start pushing out, start going for plays, and it's like, yeah, you go in, and you even get part of what you want. You get Bud behind, you start pressuring in, you get Uber charges off, but like even still, there's such an uphill mountain to deal with when pushing out of last. Yeah, not going to succeed.
I got my 3-0 score, or 3-1 score. It looks like Bruceman's on Black Box. I love it. We have Shay sniping from Big Door. This is some real OG strats, and they're OG in that they're really bad.
Garbage time classic.
Getting rolled, absolutely destroyed here. As soon as it's on mid, as soon as one mid, all right, everyone else is just busy fragging.
Yeah, Medic's going to maybe have something to say about that in the final 20 seconds. Is actually no, Azunis does win mid. There we go. Azunis getting that last kill and could, unless the spawn camp comes through, and it seems like Bud just having a laugh now. But there we are, 4 fence. Going to be picking up a clean 6-0, and it was a much needed 6-0. I guess in their eyes, they potentially didn't know that it was over after one map, but they're going to clean up and stamp their ticket into playoffs as they come in, I believe, 4th place. So they're happy with the result. Garda, I guess it was a late stint, sort of. They had a couple of good results late on that meant they were slightly in contention, but yeah, they had chances as well in these games, but yeah, didn't quite have what it took.
Yeah. 4 fence, they're going to end on 24 points for the regular season, which should be enough for. Is it still 4th? Yeah, the Germans won, right?
The Germans won map 1. I don't know about map. They're still okay. So I'm getting word from production that they're still playing. Can production get us a score for that game? Okay, the Germans are winning 1-0 on that game. I guess shall we sort of tie up quick and throw over to there in case anyone wants to catch the end of the Havoc against Varus Lisis youth game?
Yeah, I'm up for that. I will just shout out that I have a demo call. You definitely want to submit to that. And other than that, I think it was just another great Casben. Big shout out to our producer, and we should just go on to.
Yep, everyone. I hope
host.
to see everyone straight over there where we catch the last remaining moments of the regular season between Havoc and Germans.